What is going on with CM Punk? That is the question of the day and has been going on ever since his AEW release. Some have asked, is he going back to WWE? Some have asked, is he going to be going to Impact Wrestling? Where is he going to go? Now there's a new report coming out by Ringside News that apparently the CM Punk joining Impact Wrestling is looking more and more possible. The link will be in the comments section down below. Check them out, Ringside News. And it basically states that Sean Sapp was asked on X whether CM Punk may show up at a Bound for Glory. It was revealed that while some may scoff at the idea, Punk arriving in Impact Wrestling isn't as far-fetched as it seems. He says, I know a lot of people scoff at it, but yeah, Impact would welcome CM Punk beyond obvious reasons. People said he was really great backstage when he visited. And that's a really positive sign right there because I've said repeatedly, when it came to CM Punk, the guy going back to WWE, it was a no-win situation. They turned him down, as the reports said, been leaking out. They didn't want him back. Coming off of the trouble at AEW, combined with the fact that he was in trouble with WWE years ago and decided to walk out, he buried them in interviews. He helped expose elements of WWE and the falling out that happened between CM Punk and WWE. We were given his version of what happened, leading to an uncomfortable lawsuit between him and the WWE medical doctors. He was fired on his wedding day. Years go by, he became interested in UFC. He had a couple of fights before leaving. He went over to AEW, shooting down more return rumors to WWE as being nothing more than crap. He went to AEW for a few years, got released. Now it remains a question of whether or not Impact Wrestling will take him. Well, the report is slightly positive. I've said before, and I will say it again, the man does not need WWE. He can make a living elsewhere and prove that yet again, in the world of professional wrestling, they all don't come running back to WWE. The guy still has wrestling in him, but it remains a question of whether or not the man can stay out of trouble. We know he has a short fuse. He's been in trouble for quite a bit in the last, 3 years? Coming off of the firing from AEW, many have wondered, should any wrestling company take a CM Punk and what will they do with them? How can they make the man happy? Well, I've said in a previous video, the best thing that CM Punk and WWE can do is not talk ever again. One side goes their way, the other side goes their way. There was nothing for him to gain by going back to WWE, a company that he ruthlessly buried. He claimed all the politics that be in that company. He talked about how there was backstabbing, how creative thinking was just not there, his problems and disagreements with Vince McMahon and Triple H. Why go back and deal with that another time when the guy can go elsewhere and be happy? This is why he went to AEW to begin with. He didn't want anything to do with WWE. And I applauded him for it. I think the best move of him in his career is that he turned down going back to WWE. He doesn't need them. Impact Wrestling is another alternative to WWE that AEW is, where anyone can go there and still finish their career. I'm reminded of a separate person that got ousted from WWE, that being one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time, Mickie James. She got released from WWE. They send her stuff to her in a garbage bag. She goes back to Impact Wrestling, where I always felt she had a more superior run with previously. And look where she is now. She's one of the happiest people ever in that company. They've done so much for her. And it just flows better for Mickie James. Years ago, when Christian asked for his release from WWE, he goes over to TNA. And look what happened. They made him a world champion. He was a main eventer. He was their top heel for quite a long time. All right. This is proving through these two examples there is alternatives to WWE and being unhappy in that company. Why go back to a company because they offer the most money when happiness at the end of the day comes first, not money? And that's what CM Punk really is about. And going back to WWE, it would be a fool's paradise. They would be waiting to punish him. He'll probably get thrown to Roman Reigns, and then that would be it. And I think CM Punk's intelligent to know that WWE and how they work. I really do believe that this guy made the right decision a long time ago to never go back to them. And now Impact Wrestling, another door opens. I honestly see this happening more than him going back to WWE. Impact Wrestling has done so much for the younger guys that were held back by WWE or doing nothing with. How many people got released from WWE that went to Impact Wrestling and said it's much better there? Same thing with AEW. People have left WWE and went there. They said it's much better of an environment and it works much better there for their careers. Alternatives are always the key point in a wrestling career because we never know at the end of the day when these performers are going to leave and where they're going to go. And I think that them signing CM Punk would be a great idea. However, again, I'm going to ask the question, could he stay out of trouble if he signed with them? Will he end up back in trouble? It remains to be seen. But I do think that this guy's career is not finished yet. I see an Impact Wrestling run right around the corner. I see no reason why it is that he can't sign with them. And they clearly do have interest in him, despite I'm sure they know of the situation that he had with AEW and Tony Khan. But this also could be the last place for CM Punk. AEW won't take him back. WWE has already shot down him coming back to the company. So you have Impact Wrestling. Maybe they might just be the place where he finishes his wrestling career. It's possible. I think it's a better move for him, but that's just me. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments section down below. Hit the subscribe button if you're brand new to the channel. I want to hear from all of you. Do you think CM Punk is better for Impact Wrestling, or do you want him to go back to WWE? Tell me in the comments section. I'd love to hear what you all think. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and I'm out of here.